Hi there, welcome to Heather's Hippo Yoga. I am Heather, and today we are doing yoga for Crohn's disease. I'm a fellow Crohnie. I have Crohn's and I've had it for a few years now. And before I had the onset of the symptoms, I was practicing yoga pretty regularly. I was breathing and moving and feeling strong and super powerful, and then like a light switch, those symptoms just came and really knocked me down. And I wasn't able to practice yoga. You know, I spent more time in the bathroom than I did anywhere else. I was in constant pain and it was awful. And it wasn't really until I started receiving my treatment of Remicade that I was able to get back into yoga. And I started teacher training for yoga. And I was so blessed to learn that I could adapt my practice to fit how I was feeling each day, right? Like some days I have a lot of energy and I feel good and I can do it. And other days I don't want to get out of bed, right? So I've learned to vary my routines, my practices to fit how I'm feeling that day in that moment. And for today, this practice, right now I am a little bloated and I have a little bit of cramping. I'm due for a Remicade infusion. So the practice that I'm going to focus on today doesn't have any twisting or any like folding forward where I'm crunching my belly, right? Because that just exacerbates it and doesn't help anybody and it hurts afterwards. So everything I'm going to do is going to keep my torso open. That way I'm not crunching or twisting, anything like that. And yeah, it's also, I don't have a ton of energy, so I don't want to like push myself too far. I just want to do a practice that is soothing and nurturing, right? With focus on a lot of deep breathing, because that deep breath that you do when you're practicing yoga helps to calm your nerves down. It activates that parasympathetic nervous system, releasing stress, anxiety, and fear, right? And as we all know, as Crohnies, or if you have colitis or IBD, you know that when you're stressed out, you're anxious, or you're fearful or worried, that it can exacerbate your symptoms. So what we want to do is just release any of that, come to a balanced, neutral mind, relax the body, and go with the flow. So, great. Before we start, you might want to have a blanket that you can fold, a pillow you can sit on, like I'm sitting on right now. If you have yoga blocks, you can grab them. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can use pasta sauce jars, peanut butter jars, soup can jars, or if you have those disinfectant wipes, you know, one of those containers, two of those containers work beautifully, okay? And if you don't have a mat, you can use a blanket or a carpet or rug. No stress, right? The whole aim of this is to take a breath, calm ourselves, calm our whole system, be in this moment, move, stretch our body, and breathe. So let's do that. So go ahead, come to a nice comfortable seat, sitting up tall on your sits bones. If you need to move your flesh out of the way, go ahead. If sitting cross-legged like this isn't comfortable for you, you can go ahead, open your feet out into a V, or you can lean back against a wall for when we start, okay? The goal is to really make your practice work for you and accommodate you and your needs. So go ahead, rest your hands in your lap. And you want to lengthen the space between your heart and your belly button, right? We don't want to crunch the belly. We want to give her space because she's feeling something today, so we want to give her space to move and breathe and not be constricted. Let the weight of your shoulders fall down. Close your eyes and just start to breathe in and out through the nose. And you don't have to try to make the breath be any specific way. Just let it be what it is. Bring all your attention to your breath. Noting how it's feeling. Is it shallow or deep? Long, short? Is there a particular part in your body that you're breathing into? Just notice. Go ahead, place one hand on your heart and see if you can connect to your heartbeat through the palm of your hand. And go ahead, release your hand down. Excellent. It's a great way to tune in and just kind of shut things out. Focus on you. All right, we're going to do a pranayama practice. That's not too strenuous on those muscles that you use, those circulatory muscles to work your lungs, right? We don't want to overdo it. This is called Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breath. And you're just going to be plugging one nostril at a time, and you'll breathe in through the nostril that isn't plugged, okay? I'll walk you through it. It's nothing too serious. You want to take long, slow, deep, full breaths, all right? And this is really going to help us release tension, stress, anxiety, and fear. Remember, I was talking about it activates that parasympathetic nervous system. That's what calms our system down. That's what we want, right? Less stress, the less exacerbation. Yes, yeah. Okay, here we go. So go ahead, plug your left nostril and inhale through your right. Plug the right and exhale left. Inhale left. Plug the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Plug the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Plug the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Plug the left, exhale right. Continue at your own pace, remembering that you are inhaling through the nostril that you just exhaled out of. Knowing that this deep yogic breathing is truly soothing you, calming down your system, helping to relax tension and bringing fresh oxygen in. And the next time you exhale through your right nostril, go ahead, release your hands back into your lap. And just notice how you feel. Notice if the breath feels any different, or maybe it feels the same. Excellent. All right, go ahead, lean back, switch the cross of your legs, or if your legs are straight out in front of you, just leave them where they're at. And inhale, both arms up. Exhale the arms out and down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them out and down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them out and down. Beautiful. All right, go ahead, inhale the arms up. Exhale, we're just going to do a gentle side bend to the right. Really take this easy. All right, we're not trying to crunch anything. We're just trying to lengthen through the fingertips and breathe into our side body. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, side bend left, nice and gentle. Keep your belly nice and relaxed. Just breathe into it. Inhale up. Interlace the fingers, place them behind your head. We're just going to do a gentle spinal inflection, right? A little cat-cow motion. So you're going to inhale, open the elbows, lift the heart and gaze. Exhale, round the back, draw the elbows in. Inhale, open the heart, lift the gaze, widen the elbows. Exhale, draw the elbows in, chin to chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, around. And you can rock your pelvis back and forth only if it feels good to you in this moment. If it hurts your stomach, don't do it. So you inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And inhale, come to sit up nice and tall, elbows wide. And just gently drop one elbow at a time. We're just working that spine, getting her nice and warm, but we're being gentle about it. Keep breathing. And that's my roommate's dog, Charlie, getting comfortable on the couch. And then go ahead, inhale, reach those arms all the way up. And exhale them out and down. Sitting up nice and tall. Keep that space between your heart and your belly button long. Go ahead, drop your chin to your chest. Take a nice big breath in. And then bring your right ear to your right shoulder, gently pulling down on the neck. Reach those left fingertips out and away, almost as if someone's pulling your fingertips away from your shoulders. Nice big breath. And then release that hand, turn your gaze to the floor, and gently pull on the back of your neck. We're not trying to strain anything here, so just be gentle. Breathe into any area that you feel tension or tightness. Just send your intentions there. And release the hand, bring that chin back to your chest and the left ear to the left shoulder. Gently pulling down, reaching those right fingertips out. Nice big breath. You can close your eyes during this if that helps. And release that hand, turn the gaze to the floor, gently pull on the back of the head. Release the hand down, chin to chest. Interlace the fingers behind your head and gently pull forward. Now I want you to imagine that there is a balloon in between your shoulder blades, a deflated balloon. And as you inhale, it's going to inflate and create space between the shoulder blades. And exhale. Excellent. Release those hands. Bring that head up. You know, it's important to stretch our neck and stretch our shoulders just because we carry so much tension up here, right? Especially if we spend a lot of time on our computers or on our phones. You know, there's just a lot of anxiety, fear, stress, and strain that kind of sits right up here. So any chance we get to kind of ease that, smooth it out. Great. Okay, go ahead, take that right arm across. Keep the shoulders down and breathe. Maybe circle the wrists and switch arms. And then take that right arm, reach it up, bend the elbow, crawl those fingertips down your spine, and gently pull on that shoulder. Really open up the chest. Make sure we're not crouched down like this. Open it up, shoulders down. And then switch arms. Crawl those fingertips down your spine. Keep breathing. Remember that deep breath helps to soothe our fears, our worries, our anxiety, our stress, all of which really hinder our symptoms. They make them so much worse, right? And then release your hands down. Maybe roll your shoulders, shake them out, give a good shimmy, shake your head out, shake your hands out. And let's go ahead, come onto all fours for tabletop. Now, if you have sensitive knees, you're gonna wanna get a blanket and fold it up like so. We're gonna use it as cushion, okay? So take your time. There's no rush. And you're just gonna put your blanket on the mat where your knees go. And just move your blocks out of the way. I use these gloves to help me grip the mat with my hands. They're called yoga paws, and I can put the link down in the description. I've had them for a long time. I love these, I swear by them. And I promise I'm not sponsored by them. Not yet, anyways. So put your wrists under your shoulders, knees under the hips, and reach the crown forward, reach the tailbone back, draw that navel in and press through your hands. So our shoulders are engaged, we're not sinking into them, we're fully engaged. Draw that navel in, reach. This is the strengthening part where we start to build muscle. You know, oftentimes when you suffer with Crohn's disease or colitis or IBD, it's just hard to get up out of bed, and it's so much easier to just lay there and not move your body. And you can lose a lot of muscle mass that way. So this is a great way to kind of build that strength again. A nice gentle way, right? And you can just start making circles with your torso. So we're not doing anything crazy, just warming up the wrists, warming up the shoulders. And just keep breathing in reverse directions. And you kind of want to grip your fingertips on the mat. It's almost like you're pressing into your fingertips. Really engaging here. And come back to that neutral spine. Maybe tuck your toes, sit your hips back just a little bit to feel the stretch. And we're going to go into child's pose, okay? So you're really going to want to widen the knees because you want to create space for your belly. Widen the knees, touch the toes together. Release the heart down, release the head down. Sink into it. Now if you want, you can reach your arms straight out in front of you, but for me, I like to keep my elbows bent and just relax here. Breathe into the belly. Breathe into the spine. The blanket gets in the way, you can just move it out of the way. It's up to you. Yoga is very flexible. It doesn't have to look one way. It can look many different ways. Really breathe, really relax. This is such a great inversion that can be very soothing. And then go ahead, come back up to that tabletop. We're going to press back into downward facing dog. Now this is optional. If you want to stay in child's pose, stay in child's pose. If you want to do down dog with me, do down dog with me. There, I can speak. Okay, so tuck your toes. Send your hips back, press through the hands, and you can widen your feet if you need a little bit more space. Bend those knees, press through those hands, send that tailbone up. Send those heels down. Just breathe. If you're crunching your belly too much, maybe take a break. These inversions are so good for us. Let your head hang. Maybe bend one knee at a time if that feels good. Breathe, stretch through those heels. Release the head. I'd rather you have knees bent and your tailbone up than have your back rounded and your heels touch the mat. Big breath. And then go ahead, lower your knees down. Press back into child's pose, knees wide, toes touching the knees. Now, if your heart doesn't touch the floor or your head doesn't touch the floor, you can always bring your head to a pillow or to a block. And you can stay like this. That's also fine. And it gives your stomach a little bit more room. Plenty of variations we can do to make this more accessible to us. Just keep breathing no matter what. And then go ahead and use your hands to come on up. Move your block out of the way. And you might want to get your blanket again if you moved it. Ooh, and this reminds me that if you have to go to the bathroom right now, the best part about this is you can press pause. You can literally press pause right now, go to the bathroom, come back, and get back at it. That's the beauty of online yoga, right? We have some more control, which if you have Crohn's, you don't have much. So it's the little things, right? So let's add our blanket down and come onto your knees. Grab those props, those pasta sauce jars or those soup cans, and just put them on the outside at the top of your mat. Okay? So we're in tabletop, we're lengthened through the spine, navel's in, pressing through those hands. Go ahead, grab those props, put your hands right on top of them, and we're gonna walk our right foot forward. Okay? Yeah, so we've got it in front of us. Our knees over the ankle. The back foot, you're pressing into your top foot. You're using your props. We're just gonna lift our torso up. For Anjaneyasana here. You can keep one hand on your knee, one hand on your hip, or a hand on the block, whatever feels good. We're shifting our hips forward. We're feeling a nice little stretch in that left hip. Knee is still over the ankle. Squaring off the hips, I'm sending my right hip back, my left hip forward. The chest is open. Nice big breaths here. And if it gets too deep, you can always ease off, right? We keep a lot of anger and emotion stored in our hips. So sometimes when we do these stretches, we might get a little emotional, and that's okay. Right? Releasing those emotions can be very soothing and very healing. Big breaths. Inhale. Exhale, shift back. Flex that foot. Send those toes back. And we're not sitting down on the back of our foot with our bum, right? It's lifted up. Our crown is reaching forward. Our tailbone's reaching back. And we're breathing. If you need to keep a little bend in this front knee, go for it. Sending that right hip back, tailbone back, heart forward, crown forward. Really feeling that beautiful stretch at the back of our right leg. Breathe deep. And then go ahead, inhale forward, back to Anjaneyasana. Bring your hands down to your props, put them on the inside of your foot. And just scooch that leg back to tabletop. And let's switch sides. So that left foot is forward. Press into those feet. Lift your torso up. Sink those hips forward. Press into the feet. Navel in. Send that left hip back. Right hip forward. Open up the chest. Shoulders down. Breathe. Nice deep breaths, loves. Inhale. Exhale, shift back to half split. Flex that front foot. Reach the crown, reach the tailbone, flex that foot. Straighten that knee if you can. Sink into that beautiful stretch up the back of our legs. And ask yourself, when was the last time you stretched like this? I know sometimes it's just too painful or you don't have enough energy to stretch like this. But I know that the days that I do feel able and open to doing it, I feel so much better after I do it. Keep breathing. Go ahead, inhale forward, back to Anjaneyasana. And then bring your hands to the inside of that foot on your props. Take that foot back. Press back into child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching. Relax. Release. So you really want to focus on trying to create more space for your belly. So reach that crown forward, right? Try and move your forehead just about an inch ahead of where it's at. We're really lengthened here. Breathe. Use your hands to walk your torso up. And let's come to sit down on our bum. So you might want to have, actually I highly recommend you sit on top of a folded up blanket or you sit on top of a pillow, right? This is going to allow more space for your belly. So we're not crunching, we're not twisting, we're not compressing those very sore intestines, right? So, coming to sit, making sure you're on top of your sits bones, right? So if you need to move your booty flesh out of the way, move it out of the way. You also need to adjust your belly, right? We're gonna make this practice work for us. So take that right foot, put it out in front of you and slightly off to the side. Flex that toe, send the toe up to the ceiling. Bring that other leg in, so you're kind of like this with your legs, okay? And the goal is to lengthen through the spine. Imagine someone has a string attached to the crown of your head and it's pulling you up, lengthening your spine, creating more space. You're just gonna inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you're gonna hinge forward as far as you can go while keeping that spine straight. Right, so we're trying to feel that stretch on the inside of our thigh, sending forward, keeping that spine lengthened. And you may get to here, and this may stretch a lot. And if that's the case, you're doing great. Just keep breathing into that stretch. And let's switch legs. Flex that foot, toe facing up, other foot in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Breathe into this glorious stretch. Nice big breaths. And then go ahead, come on up. And if sitting in butterfly like this is uncomfortable for you, what you can do is sit on more pillows, sit on a block, right? The more elevated you are, the lower your knees can be. So we're not crunched like this, but we're rather open, all right? Take the time, get comfy. So just sit here for a bit, so nice and tall. Just bounce these knees, close your eyes, and just relax. Right? We're releasing the tension in the hips. We're loosening them. Remember I talked about we hold a lot of tension and stress in our hips. This is a great way to release them. And we're going to do that same thing we did before. We're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hinge forward. Just go as far as you can while keeping that flat back. So we still have space in our belly here, but if this is too much compression, just ease off and keep bouncing your knees. Nice big breaths. Excellent, and come on up. Go ahead, put your feet straight out in front of you and open them up to a little mini V, right? So toes are facing up, feet are out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Keep those toes facing the ceiling and keep that spine straight. Like I'm here, I'm not very far down, and I feel the stretch all on the inside of my thigh. That means I'm doing it perfect. Right? And you may be able to get lower than I can. Maybe you're a little bit more flexible in that respect, and that's totally fine. We're all built differently, right? So our yoga practice is going to look different on each of us, just the same as our symptoms are different for each of us, right? No two people have the same symptoms, right? You may be able to eat broccoli, but Lord, if I eat broccoli, it's awful. So just keep breathing. And then walk your feet up. Go ahead, come off that blanket or the pillow. We're gonna do a little pigeon, okay? This might be a little harder, so if this doesn't work for you, just go right into child's pose, or you could stay in butterfly if that feels good. Have your props near you, easy to grab. You're gonna come into an S sit, right? And then you're gonna shift your hips over that front leg. Might take a little adjusting. Keep your hands on your props. That back leg is straight. You're kind of right on top of that knee. And breathe into your belly. You can always come up a little higher if you really want to work that stretch. If you really want to work the spine, you can do that. Or just kind of stay here. Just go wherever you feel the stretch and where feels comfortable, and see if you can soften here. This is so great for the lower back. It really is a beautiful stretch. Just breathe nice and deep. And if this is too intense, you can always roll up a blanket and put it underneath your that front leg, right? So you can kind of sit on it. You can do that. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. If your knees are sensitive, you can also put that blanket under your knee in the back here. And then just ease off. And just know that if you're using props like blankets, pillows, blocks, and everything, it doesn't mean that you're not a good yogi. You know, it means that you are flexible, versatile, and you can find ways to help deepen and enhance your practice, right? Just remember, we're not all built the same. So the yoga practice shouldn't be the same. So shifting to that other side, sinking into this pigeon. Nice big breath. So your hips are right over that front foot, kind of that heel is in that front hip crevice. I like to do vertical here sometimes and just do single pigeon. Breathe into the stomach. Find what works for you, loves. And then ease out of it, nice and slow. Excellent. And let's come to lay down on our back. Take your time. The whole point of this is to move, stretch our bodies, and breathe and relax. So go ahead, bend your knees, let your shoulders rest into the floor, let your lower back rest into the floor. Breathe. You can kind of windshield wiper your knees if that feels good, just a little bit to massage the lower back area. And we're going to do a little knees to chest action. And what I would recommend is to widen the knees, right? So don't just bring your knees in because you're gonna crunch your belly. So widen the knees and draw them in. Keep the shoulders on the ground. Press the lower back in. Maybe rock side to side. And if you want, you can even come into a happy baby, where you bring your feet up. You're kind of in a wide sumo squat, and you wrap your first 2 fingers around your big toe. You can rock this way, but if that's too much strain, don't do it. No stress, right? We get to adapt our practice to fit us in this moment for what is going to nourish us the most. Excellent. Release those legs down. We're going to move into our Savasana, right? And you really get to decide how you want to Savasana. There is no wrong way. So you can either lay flat like this with your feet spread and your arms just laying out if that feels good. Or you could put a pillow under your knees. When I'm in yoga class, like at a studio, I like to put blocks under my knees. It kind of eases the tension off my lower back. I like to grab my blanket, put it under my head. Whatever you need to do, you can even drape the blanket over your body, or if you're next to a wall, you could lay down on the floor with your feet going up the wall. That's really wonderful as well. And you're gonna stay here in Savasana for a while. I'm gonna talk you through it. So take a nice deep inhale in. Oh, bless you, Charlie. Puppy dog sneeze. Now he's shaking everything out. Hi, buddy. Hi. We're doing Savasana, okay? So, take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale, sigh. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Relax your face. Relax your feet. Your hands, your shoulders. Your whole body. And just lay here soaking up all the wonderful work we just did. All that stretching, moving, breathing. Savasana. as you rest here in Savasana, know that you can stay here as long as you like. That's the beauty of this practice. It's all up to you and how you feel and what you feel is best for your body in this moment. I hope to see you again soon. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you would like more Crohn's content. Thanks so much for joining me, and namaste, love.